What's up? My name is Steff Johnson, and welcome to Behind the Work, a series where I explain my poetry. And like every week, I feel like I've been talking so much, but this week's different. There's 3 poems, and these 3 poems are a part of the Shepherding series. The 3 poems are Supervisor Steff, Head Count, and In the Plains.
I can't flee from the battle. I truly feel complete in the madness. I have the masculine urge to lead the sheep or the lamb, human beings or the cattle. I'll protect them from the fleas and give them answers. I will leave the whole herd to get the straggler.
So I really enjoyed writing that poem. I don't know what it is about that poem, but it kind of goes hard for me. I enjoyed the slant rhymes, the end rhymes. Also, I've been getting into a lot of 50s and 60s Italian jazz, and that genre alone has been very inspirational for me, and I've been finding new flow patterns. The Shepherd series happened extremely naturally. For the past couple weeks, my reading rotation has just opened up to books about shepherding. And one of the ones that has filled up my mental capacity is First Summer in the Sierra by John Muir. Just learning things about shepherding. I didn't know I was so interested until I've been reading these. So I believe subconsciously these poems is just my mind's rendering of what I've been reading. So it's kind of interesting to see this is what my mind is dealing with subconsciously when I'm not focusing on the book. Here's the next poem titled Head Count.
It took 4 poems to get to this point. 3 business days and I'm back from the sun. Both eyes on the ground as my flesh had succumbed. Humility is realizing that you're not the one. All this pain to advocate for the none, the not having, the undrafted, the young bastard, the old bashful, the young traffic, the formed habits, the drug addicts. Psalms 23 is a whole pasture led by a cold shepherd.
I rarely strain when I write. Most of the time I pick up the pen and it just flows. And then that part is easy. The harder part is finding what I need to focus on, what the topic needs to be, where my voice inflection needs to be, so forth, so on. But in some cases I kind of strain myself. I put my skills to the test. Every time I put myself to the test, it's never an easy writing session. And this was one of those poems. But one thing that I did enjoy is the descending countdown leading to the multitude. So I go, it took me 4 poems to get to this point. Interestingly enough, the last 3 to 5 minutes of the writing session, I came up with this poem. So it took 4 poems to get to this point, then 3 days, and then both eyes, and then the one, and then none, but then you go to the larger multitude. And I really enjoy playing with numbers. If you pay attention to a lot of my older poems, things are in certain places for certain reasons. The last poem is titled In the Plains.
Time is just a plain, an open field. To frolic is just to feel, to panic is to sit still. To dance with the daffodils, to dance with my father's sins. I dance but cannot forgive.
The opening metaphor for this poem is truly too deep for the intro. Time is just a plain and open field, but to connect it to the shepherd theme, to panic is to sit still. I found this out 3 weeks after writing this poem, that when sheep are cast down, meaning when they're on their back and their legs are in the air, they're stranded there for a couple of days. Those things could die, which is so sad. And I don't mean to laugh, but the cool thing about it is that the shepherds know when they look at their flock, they know the sheep that are liable to be cast down. And there's no coincidence that there's a spiritual term used named cast down, and they use cast down in shepherding. But the shepherd normally knows which sheep is cast down, and so they sort of go and retract their steps and rescue it. And it's so interesting that the sheep just get up and join the flock again. So as I conclude this shepherd series, I tend to ask myself, am I the shepherd or the sheep? And I don't think I'm qualified. I'm not equipped to be the shepherd. It seems very stressful, tedious work, and of course it's rewarding, but I don't think my ego will allow me to conform to sheephood. But I guess you call a spade a spade. So thank you for your time. Stay tuned, more is coming. Thank you.